this hearing, and thank you for all of you to be here. With the huge volume of goods that come into this country every day, and more each year, CBP faces a real challenge in keeping goods made with forced labor out of this country. Democrats have supported CBP by investing in people. In fiscal 2023, Congress and President Biden provided the resources for CBP to increase the number of personnel enforcing the Uyghur Act by more than 250 staff. But in addition to people, CBP requires technological solutions. CBP already uses the Advanced Trade Analytics platform to collaborate and share information on shipments that are at risk for potentially violating import laws. Now, I ran testing labs for 25 years, so I understand the technology behind the isotope testing, and it is something that well within the reach. They need the equipment, they need the personnel trained, and it's an easy test to do, and CBP should be able to do that. So this platform has identified a weekly average of 162,000 of these types of high-risk shipments at an estimated value of $51 million per week, but more needs to be done. My question to you, Ms. Glass, is what can Congress do to support CBP's investments in technology to help map supply chains and inform risk-based, intelligence-driven enforcement of the Uyghur?
It's an excellent question. First, according to the Reuters report that published a FOIA request, it was reported that CBP is working with one isotopic testing company. Mm-hmm. I think the first question is, why are you only working with one?
Sure.
And why can't you purchase isotopic testing equipment yourself to do this internally? Because a lot of these private companies have personal relationships with other companies like Shein and whatnot. So what's the conflict of interest? What is limiting CBP's ability to use isotopic testing? Our industry just briefed certain agents who are in the field at the ports. They weren't even aware isotopic testing existed or their ability to utilize it. They didn't know that's a problem they should be looking for. So the basic training among CBP officials, it makes no sense to our industry that all this money was set aside by Congress for enforcement activities, but we've seen substantial enforcement activities go down for us. It's anemic for UFLPA. I aspire one day to be the electronics industry, and I'm glad we're stopping those products, but they had at least 1.5 billion dollars worth of products detained. We had 39 million. So really figuring out from CBP, okay, what is limiting you? Asking the industry, asking folks like the National Cotton Council, hey, you represent American cotton farmers. Can you partner with CBP on testing to make sure, are there other private entities who, because that would provide opportunities for our US cotton farmers, how can we partner more effectively with CBP to get them the technology that they need? And also, are we testing these products at retail? Are we taking products in a 40-mile radius, going to 200 retailers and taking these products off the shelf and testing them? When I've asked CBP this question, they're not sure they have the authority to do that. I'm trying to figure out the statute to figure out why they wouldn't have the authority to do that. So we need to get a lot more aggressive, and it would not take a lot of time for someone to run around to a few stores with the additional personnel that they have to figure out, okay, let's make sure we're keeping everybody honest. So I'd love to see much more aggressive posture in that. And thank you. It's so wonderful that you have this background on testing.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your answers, Mr. Chair. Chairman Bishop, my time is up, so I yield back.
Thank you, Mr. Thanedar. The gentleman yields back, and I now recognize Mr. Strong for 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you, Chairman Bishop. Ms.